The Auburn Football Review with head coach Doug Barfield is brought to you by South Central Bell.
Welcome to the Auburn Football Review. Yesterday, before a jam-packed house at Legion Field, the Auburn second-half rally fell one touchdown short. Alabama won 25-18, but it was a battle, Coach.
Well, it was a great football game, Phil. I'm just tremendously proud of our people for the great effort they gave. We're never proud of losing, and they know that, but I'm proud of our people, for our coaching staff and our players for putting a lot into it, and they believe they could win up until the last few seconds. I felt that way too. It was a great effort, a great game, a great crowd, a tremendous crowd. You know, it's tough for us to go into Legion Field. Always seems like it's a little pro-Alabama to me and to our people. But we responded with a great effort, and it fell a little bit short against a fine football team. And I'd like to compliment Alabama, their people, and their team. They have a fine team, and they're deserving champions, and certainly they'll represent our conference well. And I'm just sorry that our football team will have to stay home this Christmas.
Well said, Coach. And we'll get into the replay of the game in just a moment after this word from South Central Bell.
Reach out and touch someone. Reach out, call up and just say hi.
Henry, their dead-set daughter.
People who love you, waiting for you to call up and share your day. Reach out and touch someone.
Super. See you in San Diego then.
Reach out and touch someone far away. Give them a call. This Christmas, you can be practical.
A phone of your very own.
Or practically unforgettable.
Just choose genuine Bell phones from your phone center store. Whatever style you choose, you'll know under the shell, it's genuine Bell.
Let me take a picture. Let me say cheese.
So this Christmas, be choosy. Get genuine Bell at your phone center store.
And there you see it, an estimated crowd of 78,000 in Legion Field, with the Alabama and Auburn bands massed for the pregame. The ticket was about $100 to the scalpers, Coach. So an idea that the series is really competitive now, and people are really loving to get in there and see.
I certainly hope so, Phil. And of course, all of our people were asking for tickets. There's Aubrey the Tiger with his Bryant hat on, I guess. But it was a great day for football. Tremendous situation, setting.
And you're going to see, as we open the game, really a freak play on the kickoff. Watch the ball now. It goes high in the air.
We didn't handle this too well, Phil. We should have called for a fair catch right there for sure. And the thing hopped around, and James bobbled it, and Alabama got it. And it's put a lot of pressure on our defense here right to begin with.
They break the bone on the first play.
Well, they're going with a sweep out there, and we played it out there pretty well. Frank Warren strung it out there, and Edmund Nelson made a good tackle. I think that was a nose guard. Here comes Shealy on the option. He's wrapped up in a sea of blue there. Freddie Smith, Zach Hardy, I believe.
And Ken Hardy.
And Ken Hardy.
Third down 10 now.
There's Frank Warren putting rush on the passer. Good pressure. What we had to have. Zach Hardy.
So it's back far enough for them not to feel like they can kick the field goal, and Humphrey is trying to angle for the corner, it would appear, but kicks it into the end zone. And so the turnover at the 20 does not hurt, and Auburn's defense holds. Two exchange later now. Alan McElroy has missed a 30-yard field goal. Auburn couldn't move on the first possession. Here comes James Brooks for 4 yards on first down.
I tell you, Alabama's had great quickness on defense, and they're tough, and they gave us a lot of looks and a lot of pictures. There's Joe Cribbs just powering, being his own blocker for about 3 yards there in the first down. We had a good drive going here. Charlie, this is a check off, right? They bring their weak corner in a blitz, and Charlie just recognized it, and we worked on this all week. That was a great running right there by number 20, Intelligent. They had the angle on him there, and there's a little piling on out of bounds, and fortunately it was called.
Here's the replay, and watch him break clean. Good
Just
blocking.
A dive play. It was good blocking at the point of attack. Joe breaks the tackle. Here comes their fine linebacker, Thomas Boyd, and he couldn't quite get him, and their safety, I think, corners him.
And the 15-yard penalty tacks on, brings it to the 12-yard line now. Auburn in the power eye. Ed DuBose can't get going there.
Oh, we had a quick trap going there, and I don't know what happened there. We didn't get a crease. We ran into a blocker.
2nd and 11.
And the inside veer there, and I think they gave us a little misread there. Charlie kept the ball. We're trying to dump the ball here to Joe Cribbs, and official said the ball went beyond the line of scrimmage, so I think he was right too. We had to go for the field goal. We just didn't do a good job of getting that ball in the end zone, but Patella did get us on the board. We were fortunate there to get out front 3-0.
That was a 47-yarder for George Patello. After the kickoff, Don Jacobs is the tied quarterback now. They start to mix the pass with a run, throwing the out to Pugh, Keith Pugh, the receiver.
Keith Pugh, I believe, from Evergreen, and we gave them this some or forced them to throw it. We hoped they didn't complete it that much. Jacobs was having a little trouble there moving, and they're running an option. He gets caught from behind, I believe.
He left the game after that play.
Turned his knee there.
4 plays later, Alabama goes for it on 4th and 1, and they get to the Auburn 40 for a first down. Now we're 2 plays later. Stedman Shealy throwing again to Pugh.
Well, we had about 3 people on the Alabama team jumped in. I don't know whether you noticed it there. They're tied in, their left tackle and their tailback, and not a soul saw it, but us on the sideline. That was a little strange.
Now going the other way after the 7-3 score in the second quarter, Auburn's James Brooks running the left side for 6, 2nd and 4 at the 22. They really hurt in those big situations too, don't they, Coach?
Yes, they do. It doesn't take one play. There's fine running by James on the corner out there. Fine running there. Good blocking.
We're 4 plays later now. Here goes Joe Cribbs up inside.
15 got a lot of shots in there. I noticed folks on the ground. That's good running by Joe. We come with what we call our roll pass here, and Charlie gets to the sideline. I believe makes the first down. Wisely gets out of bounds.
That was a big play, 3rd and 6. Now it's 3rd and 7 on this play, trying to get the first down, but James can't quite get outside the containment there. And so the drive is stalled.
That's a good play by the Alabama defense out there. Good reaction on the corner and a good tackle out there on a good back to stop him.
52-yard field goal by Portella is short, just short. 1st and 10 now. Alabama headed goal with Sheedley throwing again to Pugh to the Auburn 39. Now at the 15-yard line as the drive continues. Sheedley cuts behind and gets 4 down to about the 11-yard line.
That's a loaded option there, and they're doing a good job of blocking and executing.
This is Whitman, their fullback, down to the 5.
Strong runner, tackle there by Marvin Williams up inside, but we're kind of grabbing and hanging on there instead of getting in the middle of folks.
Sheedley fakes inside and then follows his blockers into the end zone for the touchdown. So Alabama goes up 14-3 with 2 minutes remaining in the half. That's the way the half ended. 2 quarters of play. It's a 14-3 game. One of the most exciting second halves you're ever to see is coming up, and we'll see that in just a moment. Now, this word from our sponsor.
In business, the more efficiently you use your time, the more money you make.
Time is money.
So if you're spending hours dictating letters to far-off places, and hours are spent typing them,
I've got other work to do.
kick the letter habit. Pick up your phone and give them a ring. The phone turns your time into money.
Honey, are you sure their store is way out here?
Yes, I checked the yellow pages. Oh, there it is, back off the road.
It's a good thing they put a map in their ad.
Customers rely on my Yellow Pages ad to give them time-saving shopping facts, like my location, business hours, brands, and services. They go out of their way to buy from me because I go out of my way to give them all the shopping facts. No fooling.
Hi.
Hi.
Your ad says that you carry that special
Now for our Auburn feature this week, with the Summer Olympics coming up this summer in Moscow. Hopes are running high at Auburn because several Auburn athletes have excellent chances of representing their country.
Topping the list of Auburn's Olympic athletes is 15-time NCAA All-American Harvey Glantz. Harvey was a gold medalist at the Montreal Olympic Games in '76 and hopes to repeat next year.
I don't want to go in with too much on my mind, you know, as far as the Olympic Games is concerned. I don't want to get greedy in any sense. I want to go over to the Olympic Games. First, I want to make the team, and in any way possible, bring back on a gold medal.
At least 7 other members of the Auburn track squad also have a shot at the Olympic team, and 4 Auburn swimmers, led by the world's foremost freestyle sprinter, Rowdy Gaines, are also looking for Moscow gold.
Well, first of all, in my events, the 100 and 200 freestyle, the 100 they take the top 3, and the 200 they take the top 6. But only the top 3 get to swim the individual event, which I want to do. So I'm aiming the top 3, and it's going to take a lot of work, hard work, and dedication, I think.
Nearly a dozen Auburn athletes have hopes of competing in the Moscow Games, potentially the largest group from any university in the United States.
Another excellent Auburn feature, Coach, and we'd like to say thanks to Carl Velker and Jerry Ray of the TV Services Department of Auburn for our usual outstanding job in this area, and also to the University Relations Head, Herb White, for helping us.
We appreciate their help very much. We couldn't make it without them in our features.
Okay, and we'll move back into the second half, but first we'll get to see some of the Auburn band in action on the field. Coach, they've been a fine group, but we'll see later, we'll see Jeffrey Rouser, one of the drum majors, up cheering for Auburn. They really get into the game, and they're great supporters.
Well, there was a lot of spirit and a lot of enthusiasm and excitement yesterday in Birmingham on both sides, Phil, but I detected a note from the Auburn people and the side that I hadn't detected in 3 or 4 years. I think they really felt like that we had a grand opportunity and a chance to win, and it brought a lot of folks out and got them excited, and I think got our folks together.
I think you're right. I noticed that too. Kathy Powell is the drum major, and Jeffrey Rouser, the 2 drum majors. Kathy's from Prattville, Rouser's from Atala. And the majorettes, maybe we have quickly time enough to give their names. Kathy Absher, Paula Taylor, Dell Paradise, Jill Absher, Cherie Nelson, Terry Devane, Cynthia Sanders, Carol Matthews, and Denise Dutton. They did a fine job. Now we're into play in the second half, and it's going to be exciting now. Portela kicks it to Don McNeil at the 5, and he's going to get struck right there by Howell.
There, Willie Howell, I believe, and Johnny Cheeks. And we came out playing with a little more intensity here, and they struck a few blows, and they left the ball on the ground a couple of times. I believe that was covered by Edmund Nelson there. Right here, I don't think we did a good job as coaches here, and I'm including myself in taking advantage of this right here. We were going to try a new formation, and we should have done it with a huddle instead of without a huddle. And I felt like that I made a mistake there, and we did. But anyhow, we didn't get it done. There's fine running there by James, and we get a penalty there, and it put us back 15 yards, and we were forced to punt that football. And we're trying to kick it out of bounds. I should have done this once earlier rather than trying a field goal, but we didn't. So I said maybe we can pin them up down there, but we didn't do that.
So going the other way now, 2nd down and 7, Alabama's second play of this series. Ogilvy gets 5. Edmund Nelson knocks it away this time, and Freddie Smith gets the ball back for Auburn.
That was a good hard lick there, fine tackle, and an excellent alertness there. So we get it right back, and we have another opportunity here.
First play goes to Joe Cribbs. Inside, gets about 3, down to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 7 at this point. Cribbs again.
That is good hard running there. Real hard running by Joe inside, and we're close to popping that crease there that we didn't quite get.
3rd and 4. Going, and a great play here, or it would have been a touchdown.
Well, we had that play there, and our receiver, Rusty Bird, was there, but he should have motored it down a little bit and stayed in the void rather than running deep. But nevertheless, it was a good play by them. And we go for the field goal and get it. We only came out there with 3 points, but that's better than none.
14-6 is the score now, and this is Shealy on the move on the next possession. 7 minutes remaining in the quarter now.
Well, we let them out of the hole there. That was a good play. by Sheila. Excellent play, and they come roaring down the field. Looks like they're going to run out of the stadium. We're doing some grabbing, and we just relaxed here at this point. We're back in the ball game.
1st and 10 at the 22. Throwing the quick out to Pugh again. He stopped down there at the 12-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 now. Shealy with the ball. There's a fumble, and some Auburn player gets in there and gets it out.
Clifford Tony. I'm not sure.
Harris Rayburn.
Tony or Rayburn had the ball. Maybe Harris Rayburn, a fine linebacker from Andalusia.
But after one play, they're going to get the ball back here on another turnover.
Well, we had a little missed assignment there. It looked like we had an excellent play there and a good read, and we didn't get the blocking done like we needed to.
Now at the Auburn 11-yard line, Shealy gets only a yard. Dan Dickerson puts the hit on him.
That's the way it should be right there. We should get more folks around that football.
2nd and 9 at the 10. Pitches to Ogilvy. Bob Harris in there to stop him.
A little reckless there, a little aggressive. That's encouraging. That's what we needed to do.
3rd and 9. Whitman, the big fullback inside, stopped short of the first down. So on 4th down and 4, Alan McElroy comes in and hits a 23-yard field goal, making the score 17-6. There's 3:04 left in the 3rd quarter, and things are about to start happening for the Auburn Tigers. After the kickoff, Auburn going to the air now. Looks like he was setting up deeper along in.
Well, we were setting up off a play-action draw fake and giving us excellent protection. That was really the best protection that we had. We didn't have much here, and we almost make a great catch there. And the 15 kind of hanging on our arm. But anyhow, we were changing our plan a little bit, going our alternate plan. There's Skip kicking away from the safety, and Dan Dickerson from Woodlawn High School there in Birmingham was down. Excellent coverage, and they dropped it on the turf, and we covered it, so we're in a great position here.
Now at the 36-yard line on the turnover. Trotman. Pass is tipped up. Watch Charlie get in there and bat it down to keep it from being intercepted.
Be sure that that's a big tackle there, about 6'5", I think. Here's a great play by Charlie Trotman, a good block by James on the blitz, and we had the perfect thing called, a delay, and Joe got out there and got open, and that's really fine running to avoid a couple of those tacklers and get in the end zone. But Charlie Trotman made that.
This is a safety blitz
play.
coming here?
Yeah, it's a strong safety blitz, and they're bringing in both. And Charlie gave ground wisely, and this was a delay against the green.
And then a great cut right there.
That's a great cut. There's folks down there trying to block, and that's a big play for us.
So it's 17-12 on the touchdown, going for 2, which will get it within field goal range. And the throwback doesn't work. Auburn moved on the play and drew the penalty anyway.
Well, we had trouble, I think, the noise down there here, and there's no reason to make an excuse, but that's what one of the players said. But regardless, that's what happens.
Opening the 4th quarter, Alabama can't move. Ferguson stopped in there by Dennis Rogers. 2nd and 9. Watch the freshman Donnie Humphrey get to him there.
That was a great play, but Donnie Humphrey up in Huntsville. Donnie's a freshman. He's going to be a fine football player.
Humphrey has to punt out. Now it's going the other way, and this is 3rd down and 12. Trotman looking long for Byron Franklin.
Well, I didn't realize that was 3rd down play, but we called the takeoff off of the curl route. And Byron gave him a good wrinkle, got behind him, and saved a touchdown.
1st down at the 14 now. Cribbs inside, fighting for yardage.
That's good, tough running in there against a tough defense.
One play later, Charlie looking in the end zone.
We had great protection, and Mark Robbins, instead of running the out, ran the curl. We call the curl, and I think that caught him a little bit. Great protection by our offensive line and backs there, and Mark's wide open. And I think he wisely just cradled that ball in there. It was a great throw by Charlie Trotman, and great reception.
18-13 now. Auburn is in the lead. 11:30 remaining in the game.
18-17. We needed it. Right there was a play that we needed something to really happen for us. So that, every play is a big play now. And we caused the fumble, and it bounced on the turf and bounced right up far. And then they come right back and really hurt us on the next play. I think had we gotten the ball there, the game might have been over.
1st down at the 46 now.
I think there's still some good hard licks being struck in there. Our defense is is hanging in there. I don't know whether we play with as much intensity here, and we've got to give Alabama a lot of credit. Right there, we draw a penalty, and I think our guys really trying to stop him from going out of bounds and keep him from getting hurt. And 15-yard penalty, and then this play, they just roaring right down the field.
First and goal on this play now. Shealy is going to run the option play and get it in for the touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown. They go for 2 and puts Alabama ahead by 7. And the score is now 25-18 on the 2-point play.
Certainly what you needed to do. We went to sleep in there on that play, but they were 7 points ahead. And
here comes the kickoff.
Forced us to go for 2 to win. This play here, I held my breath, Phil, and I know James probably when he sees it right here will say, well, maybe I shouldn't have cut back there. But you know, a runner, you can't second guess a runner for doing something like that. Johnny Cheeks thought he could get the ball and run on in the end zone. We had that happen against us at Wake Forest, so I guess we thought we'd try it. But we had an opportunity right here, and they played excellent defense here, I think, to hold. In fact, I know they did, but we had an opportunity to get it in there. That's good, hard running, good, tough tackling. This was a play that hurt us right here. We allowed penetration inside, or we felt like we had 2 downs to make it.
4th and 2, going for it on 4th down. Watch.
On the same token there, we just blocked 94, I think, and given Charlie long enough, or we'd have made that catch. You know, it's right there with one play to win or lose a ball game. And I know our guys feel terrible, but they did a great job, and they fought right on that. Joe came. This was an excellent return here.
Back to midfield. Good return. 3rd and 10 on the series now. Trotman on 3rd down and 10. Dumping it off to Joe Cribbs.
Running for the first here we put in there, and he makes a couple excellent moves there. And, gets the first down. Old 15 in there again, isn't
he? He was around a lot. Now going for it from the 37-yard line. Overthrown there.
Well, that
3rd
was,
and 10.
Byron Franklin going to the post. We thought we had something there, and didn't quite make connection. Now, this was a play that we'd scored on. Of course, they did a good job of recognizing that and fencing that play out.
Last chance, 4th and 10 now. Going to Rusty Bird. He slips down on the cut, and so Alabama has stopped the drive.
He was well covered. There's Judy Martin, I see, one of our fans who's looking a little unhappy there, as we all are at this time. But it was a good, tough football game, hard fought against, I think, 2 fine teams. And certainly our guys are right up there with any of them. And congratulations, go to the victor. But I'm very proud of our football team and our fans. I want to say this about our alumni. We've got a great group. And I'm just proud of them for hanging with us and supporting us all year, and I just promise them it'll be better as we go.
All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Reach out and touch someone. Reach out, call up and just say hi. Reach out and touch someone. Wherever you are, you're never too far. They're waiting to share your day. Reach out and touch someone. Reach out, call up America. People from coast to coast, calling up friends to keep them close. Families who care so much, keeping in touch. Reach out and touch someone. Reach out, call up and just say hi. Reach out and touch someone.
Reach out and touch someone far away. Give them a call.
I know those 17 seniors, Coach, are a little bit down today, but I think once they get over the initial being down, they'll realize that they've contributed a great deal to Auburn football these 4 years.
Phil, I told all of them after the game, and I'm sincere about this, and I want to say it again publicly, that I'm very proud of every one of those guys. They came when the program was down, and they fought through some hard times and some difficult circumstances, to say the least. They've proven themselves. They're winners. They've gotten us back on the right track. Auburn's back. Of course, you got to continue to prove it all the time, but I'm just proud of each and every one of them. And
let's look at some of them now, and you can talk about them.
That they're just the finest group I've ever been associated with. There's Ray Rollins, came to us from Moulton, Georgia. His parents have moved to senior defensive end, played on all of our specialty teams. Ken Hardy, great defensive end from Gulf Breeze, Florida. His younger brother Richard's there now, but old Ken has done an excellent job. Harris Rayburn, our senior linebacker from Andalusia, Alabama, old number 60. Struck some good licks out there yesterday.
Played through some injuries.
Steve Portman. Steve's a walk-on, an unusual 4-year walk-on from over in Georgia. And old Steve's been on our specialty teams and hung in there tough. James McKinney, our free safety from Sullivan, Alabama. James had a couple of great years at Auburn and has played consistently for us all the time. Rusty Bird, little Rusty Bird, our senior split end from Bay Minette. Rusty's had some good days. He's a competitor and is always after you. Mike Locklear, son of Jack Locklear in Fort Payne. Mike's a senior tight end. No, Mike feels bad about dropping that ball yesterday, but not catching it. Mark Robbins, our fine senior flanker, Homewood High School in Birmingham. Great contribution to our team. Foster Christie. Foster came from Grissom High in Huntsville as a quarterback, moved to running back and a tight end, and he's a holder for our kicking. There's Skip Johnson, our fine punter from Auburn, Alabama. Skip's a 5-year guy and contributed greatly. Mike McQuaig, senior linebacker from Waycross, Georgia. Old Mike's had 2 knee operations, but he's hung in there and given us some fine leadership. George Patella, should be all conference. He is in my book. He's really kicked great for us from Miami, Florida. Mark Clements, senior center from over in Phoenix City, Alabama. Mark's had a fine career at Auburn and been a good leader for us. There's Willie Huntley. Willie came as a walk-on from Montgomery and earned a scholarship. And now Willie's going to graduate and go on into law school. I know he'll do well. Charlie Trotman, a fine senior quarterback, a great leader and a great young man and a fine football player from Montgomery, Jeff Davis High School. And Charlie's done a great job and had a great career. Freddie Smith, a great senior linebacker from Athens, Alabama. What a job he's done. When somebody gets him, you'll know it's number 31 about 3/4 of the time. Joe Cribbs, if he's not the back of the year, then I'm going to miss my guest. Has done a great job. Made a position switch. Joe's from Sullivan also, and had a tremendous career at Auburn.
Coach, our time is all gone. I just want to say what a great year it's been. I know you want to thank a couple of people.
I sure do. I'd like to personally thank South Central Bell, the great company, and all those people for sponsoring our show, and Lucky Forney Advertising Agency for the great job that they do for us.
And we'll see you next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
The Auburn Football Review with head coach Doug Barfield has been brought to you by South Central Bell.